Oh God. Oh God. Oh God. Oh God. Oh God. Oh God. The lighting could not be worse. Oh God. I don't know if anyone can hear me. I hope if anyone is here, you can let me know if you hear me. Remy, don't come starting trouble. I hope somebody can hear me. Hearing me loud and clear. Woo! Okay, lighting looks terrible. I don't know what I can even do to fix that. I added a lamp, so that's the best I can do. I now live someplace with this lovely retro wood paneling, so it like makes everything really muted and dark because it is actually pretty bright in here. Oh my God, there's way more people in here than I thought. The lighting is fine, honestly. Maybe it just looks shitty on my computer then. Hold on. Excuse me as I like look at my own channel to see what is happening. I'm also very rusty. My hands are like really shaky. I don't have any rings on. Totally forgot. So give me a second as I, how does it look? Lighting's a little dark on my phone, but it is what it is. Let me like take pictures for social media just so people can know that I'm doing this. Everyone in the chat, say hi. Let's see. I'm so rusty. I have hair now. I'm rusty. Come say hi. Smiley face. My story. Okay. I think the lighting is fine. The audio kind of does weird thing at the end. I couldn't find my microphone. Half of my shit is still in storage. Not even storage, just packed away. So I could not find my microphone. I found a microphone that is not the one that I used for streaming. It's the one that I attached to my camera. Couldn't find my camera. This is the best I got right now. I personally am very upset about the lighting, but it's fine. I'm not going to harp on it. It is what it is. It's nighttime. My own fault. Let's take more pictures for Twitter. X now. Can you tell I'm rusty and I'm nervous? Say hi, chat. Oh man, I'm so out of practice. How are all of you guys? If anyone doesn't follow me on social media, like Instagram, Twitter, whatever, but is seeing this and being like, what the hell happened? I grew out my hair in this last year. It's been about a year of growth. I haven't cut it yet. I haven't done anything. And it's been a journey. I didn't know I had curly hair for 30 years of my life. So let's see. Come hang out. Not coke hang out. Oh my God. Oh, this is already a disaster. I hope only like when people are here. It'd be really great if only like 2 people ever watch this, but we'll see. I'm not sure if it's my end, but your image is frozen. Oh no, on my end it looks okay. Love the hair. Thank you. I appreciate nice things said about my hair. I haven't had hair in like 7 years before I grew my hair out. And I kind of, Remy, stop trying to cause trouble. Remy doesn't like when I talk to things that aren't him. So if I'm on the phone, if I'm doing like therapy on the computer, anything like that, he gets very upset and jealous because he thinks I should only be talking to him. Remy is my dog. So he keeps looking over at me from the couch, being like, who are you talking to? It's not me. But yeah, long story short, I didn't know if I was going to come on here and be like, this is my life story. This is everything I've been doing in 2 years. Because I don't know if anyone would care. Like, I'm sure people do care, but I feel like every time I've ever done a live or posted a video, like the year before I just stopped posting altogether, was like, this is my life and all of the crap that's happened. And oh my god, there's no life day and all the crap that's happened. So I don't know if anyone wanted that again, but like the too long didn't read is that I moved back to New Jersey, and there's like a lot that went into that. And during the whole like moving process, everything was so stressful. Okay, I might as well just tell the story. So, longest story short, like truly, I don't even know where the last place we left off was in my life saga. Probably that I had long COVID, and that was like really hard for me to deal with, and it was, and still is. But my health is a lot better now. Anyway, like just as like that was being like dealt with, and my eyebrows look so thick. Sorry. Just as I was dealing with like my health, having to quit my like full-time job and blah blah blah, and like dealing with all that crap, nobody panicked for what I'm about to say, but Matt and I were hit by a drunk driver, and it was very traumatic at the time. Thankfully, we're both alive, we're both safe. We were driving home from like what essentially is like a flea market, like a night market, and we were like, oh, let's go to that, blah blah blah, and someone who was drunk hit us, totaled our car, whole nightmare. Matt was out of work for a couple months. He is the primary breadwinner of the family, so that was like very traumatic to lose our car, basically burn through our savings, the first time we had ever had a savings in our life, and like thank the universe we had it, blah blah blah, knock on fake wood paneling, that we had that, because I don't know how we would have survived without our savings, but like gone, because you had, not only were we making up for lost wages, medical leave would only cover so much, blah blah blah, like physical therapy, groceries, not being out of work, we had to get a new car, and that like wasn't in the cards for us at the time, and it sucked. And we did get like some money back from the whole situation. We're like still in a lawsuit, it's a whole thing. And just as this was happening, like this is all happening, and I'm 4 hours away from like my family and my friends and my whole support system, and I have it like in the back of my mind of like, maybe we should go home to New Jersey, because I was living in upstate New York, and it's like a whole thing, and it kind of ended up being like a place to live that was super convenient for us and like very close to everything important, opened up around the time this was all happening, so it was kind of like we might as well. It kind of feels like the universe is pushing us in that direction, but then at the same time it was like really traumatic. It felt like we weren't leaving on our own terms. We had like had this really drastic life change, everything's really serious, blah blah blah. Ended up being like really traumatic, really depressing. We basically just got here and stopped and just like barely did what we had to do to move on. I was really depressed. Matt was really depressed. Literally 10 months later, because we moved last holiday season, 11 months, almost a full year later, because this all happened around this time last year. Like, I'm just now getting unpacked. Matt's been working. He basically does the same thing he did in Albany. Everything's back to normal. Everything's fine. Like, he's happier at this job, at this location. I'm doing some stupid bullshit that doesn't even matter. Like, we're only just now, 11 months later, it feels like getting back into the swing of things. Like, I'm just now starting to unpack. Like, the book, this is a nightmare, but I just, like, for the first time in 11 months, put all the books on the bookshelf. They don't have to look nice. They're just out of a box, and they're on the bookshelf. Things like that. So we have no decorations up. We barely have any, like, lights other than, like, the 4 lights that we brought with us from our last place. It's been a whole process. Remy doesn't have his big window anymore. That's the most devastating part of this whole move for me, is Remy used to stare through these giant windows that I had in my old place. And now I don't have giant windows for him here, but he'll be fine. That, and I'm no longer living in a city, which sucks and I hate so much, but it's like 5 billion times louder where I'm living now. I'm sure if we all listen quietly enough, you can hear just cars and motorcycles and bullshit like racing by, and it's the worst. But all this to say, the reason I was telling this story is because this move and this trauma was happening this time last year. I didn't have time to cut my hair. So I kind of was like, fuck it, maybe I should try growing my hair out. And then, this is the tea. Then I saw, the reason I shaved my head so many years ago to begin with is because I've always hated my hair texture, because it was like flippy and not really curly and not straight, and it was wavy, but it was very uncooperative, yada yada. And then I saw on TikTok that if you had hair like that you probably actually have curly hair and you should follow the curly girl method. So I was like, well, let me just try growing out my hair and like see what happens, and if I hate it, I'll shave it again. Long story short, I've had curly hair for 30 years. Did not know the whole time. So that's my story. That's where I've been. That's like the really long and short of it. Everyone is being so kind in the chat. It's really, it sounds like it was dramatic and it was like really a lot to deal with at the time. Now, knock on wood, it feels like everything's fine. It's just like, it's crazy how one life incident, like snap of the fingers, can drastically change the trajectory of your life and what you're doing. And then so like, I was like, so like, should I go back to YouTube? Tee hee haha. And then like everything happened and that was like, I couldn't even fathom. And even this whole year, it's like, I kind of miss being online. I kind of miss like the community. I miss like my creator friends. I miss doing this. My bra strap is falling down. I miss this all so much. And I couldn't even do it if I wanted to, because all of my shit up until like a month ago was still packed away. All my lights, all my makeup. I had been living out of a train case of makeup. Like the case itself is something Hannah, Smoky Glow Hannah, gave to me like one time when I was at her house, because she had gifted me a bunch of makeup and put it in this like old train case that she didn't want anymore to get me home with, because we used to live just a couple hours away from each other. And I had been living out of like that train case of makeup for this whole year. I haven't been buying makeup up until like recently. I've been, you know, like a lump. Jordan is doing okay, can confirm. I still talk to all of my YouTube besties. We literally have a group chat as we speak. I talk to them every single day. It's been weird. It's been crazy. And now I'm back in New Jersey, and it's weird and it's crazy. And the last time I said crazy on a YouTube video, someone got in my DMs and yelled at me that I shouldn't do that. Don't even get me started. But it is interesting. Let me rephrase it so I'm not using the word crazy then. It's been bananas. It's been stressful. It's been a wild ride. But I feel better now. And what are you guys all up to? And there are people here I love, like Tony's here and Tina's here, and there's all people I love here. And that makes me very happy. And seeing names of people that I lost in this whole 2-year process of not posting anything. I've lost over 600 subscribers, which is fine. That's a whole other thing too. Anyway, I lost about 600 subscribers. I was just over 15,000 when I stopped posting pretty much for good. And now I'm back in the 14,000, which is still crazy to me. That's still crazy. And then I happened to check my comments today, which is something I have not done for over a year. I've deleted my creator app. I was so terrified that it was just going to be vitriol and evil and nasty and things I couldn't emotionally deal with. And of course I open it today and it's just all people being like, hey, I miss you, I hope everything's okay, rewatching your old videos, like I hope you come back one day. And I'm like at my desk crying. So I hope that like the people that like I can see just from being here that like the people that matter are here, and that like that means a lot to me, because in my mind I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna have like 2 subscribers and everything that I did was for nothing. And not that I ever worked hard to begin with. I really never put in enough effort into this channel because I was like afraid to ever try. So it's not like I feel like I worked my ass off to have anything, but it was like the work I did do. I was like, oh my god, it's gonna be for nothing, blah blah blah. Everything's fine. Like, nothing's ever as bad as you think it's gonna be. Oh my god, we're in fashion. Oh my god, the people I love are here. It just makes me so happy. If you have 2 subscribers, I'm one of them then. Thank you. Everyone's so nice. So yeah, so that's basically my story. I don't know what to do now. No, we could just chat. How are you guys? You're all so nice. We've missed our spooky queen. Oh, that's the other thing. Oh man. Oh, so Matt's in this chat. if the Maddie Gherkin, that is my husband for anyone that is confused as to who that guy is. That's the other thing that has kind of stopped me, besides literally physically not being able to come back to YouTube if I wanted to. Now I'm kind of in this, like, yes, like the pickle, exactly. Gherkin like the pickle, but spelled wrong, but yes. Now I'm kind of in this limbo of, like, what do I do now? Because I haven't been consuming makeup content for about almost, like, this whole time. It's only until very recently that I'm buying makeup again, that I'm seeking out makeup content again, that I even care. But now I'm like, I should wake up every day and do a full face of makeup just for the sake of it, but that's a whole thing. That, like, most days I'm not even wearing makeup. That's changing lately, now that I have, like, shit to do and a place to be and, like, responsibilities. But for, like, half of the year, I was wearing pajamas until they rotted off my body and, like, big truck. And just being so upset. And now I feel like I want to get ready. Also, my hair, very traumatic to grow out a buzz cut. I will never say that I regret shaving my head. I loved Lacey with a shaved head. I think that was, like, my truest form of who I was as a person. My wedding photos, I have a shaved head. Like, it was so important to me that I did that, and I loved being a bald bitch. I cannot express enough how much I loved being a bald bitch. But the process of growing a buzz cut out is one of the most miserable things ever, especially if you're someone who struggles with their body image and struggles with how they look and their gender identity and all of this crap. It was so traumatic for me. Like, the attention from different genders changed. It was weird. It was like I had gone 7 years without cis men ever, besides my husband, ever giving a fuck that I existed. And all of a sudden there was, like, people in my DMs, and it was weird. Like, just weird. A lot to process, and how much hair can I get. I was wearing a hat out of the house. I was, like, refusing to go places for a while because my hair looked so bad. And this must sound so dramatic, and it definitely is. But that was a huge factor too. I couldn't come on this camera looking the way I did. I wonder if I have any photos. Any photos of my hair looking like the absolute worst. Not important. Lazy with a shaved head, but lazy with curls, so cute. Thank you. I actually need a haircut. This is longer than I wanted to go. It's touching, like, past my shoulders now, which is really impressive for a year of growth, I must say. But I liked it when it was just, like, just above and my layers were more prominent. It is so loud where I live now. I'm not going to say, like, where I live, obviously, but I live in, like, a very adorable, like, perfectly preserved 70s little capsule apartment. If you're not on my Instagram, which you should follow me on my Instagram, but if you're not, around this time last year, you might have seen me post photos of, like, the wallpaper and the hardwood floors and the paneling and all of the stuff that's in this apartment. And it's really adorable, and it's so cute. And I'm so happy I'm finally in a place where, like, I can decorate it, because all of my shit's been in storage. But it's so loud because I live in a busy area, and I live on a busy road, and that's the part that sucks. And there's, like, no place to hide in this house because every wall faces, like, where traffic would be. And I'm in another alcove. I don't know if anyone remembers, my office was my alcove in my last place. I'm still kind of in what could be considered an alcove. I really would just have a very weird shaped living room. That's a whole thing. So there's, like, no place I could hide that's quiet. It's actually probably the quietest now because it's 9 o'clock at night, which sucks because I don't like doing this. at night. I want to get up and do it in the daytime where the light's good. So that's going to be a thing I have to figure out. Anyway, everyone's being so kind. Back to what I was saying before. Besides my hair process being very traumatic, I wasn't consuming makeup content for like a year and a half because I feel like what everyone, including myself, said was going to happen happened, where the like bubble burst, where it was like too much makeup, too many influencers, too many people out of touch, too much money like exchanging hands, too much shady shit, just too much. Everyone was fried from the pandemic, everyone's fried from like a lot of things. Makeup like stopped being important for 5 seconds. Everything I can go on a rant about this. It was very skincare focused for a while and very like clean girl, and that shit still kind of is a thing. But I feel like for like a good chunk of time, around the time I stopped posting videos altogether, makeup didn't matter anymore. And I kind of stand by this. And me being like, I don't watch really makeup videos anymore. For a long time, I think makeup creators, makeup YouTube, beauty YouTube, had to exist because I think makeup technology was trash up until like the last 5 years. I think when you went and bought a product from the store or from any brand, from anyone, whatever, I think there was a good chance that it would be a garbage product and you would waste your money. I feel like makeup technology, because of how big the makeup industry got right before like all hell broke loose, makeup is really good now. Even drugstore makeup, affordable makeup, like it used to be like all makeup was kind of crappy unless you wanted to spend like a lot of money on it. Then there was maybe like some good things at affordable price, but still the bulk of it you had to like go out of your way for, whether it was like more expensive makeup, indie makeup, whatever. Excuse me as my chair squeaks. Now, I feel like most makeup is good. It's very rare that I buy something and it's garbage makeup. Like, maybe it won't work for me, maybe it won't be what I wanted, but it rarely, like, doesn't work, if that makes any sense. So I feel like the need for, like, every single product that ever happens, ever, to be reviewed, kind of, like, fell by the wayside in a way, because most eyeshadow palettes, like, are good now. The makeup we used to consider good is actually not that good nowadays. Exactly. That's exactly what I'm saying. It used to be like, one Anastasia Beverly Hills released one eyeshadow palette and it's better than any other garbage you would ever get your hands on, so of course it's amazing. But now there's like amazing eyeshadow formulas like falling out of the walls, literally. I don't know. The community got good at using it too. That too. You know what's wild is seeing, like, not to be all 31 ridiculous, back in my day, like, teenagers now don't realize how good they have it, because teenagers do their makeup so good now that they're, like, skipping the awkward phase, whereas I couldn't match my foundation shade up until, like, probably recently. You know what I mean? Makeup got really good. All of the information on how to do it got really good. And so it seemed like, all that being said, the only reason that like makeup YouTube needed to exist was for influencers to make money. Like, and I got really to a point where it was like icky and I wanted no part of it. Even like smaller creators, it all felt like I was being sold something. And I stopped watching basically everyone except for like my friends, basically, because I will be ride or die for all of my friends forever. Can I ask where your glasses are from? What your glasses are? I need new ones. These are probably like 5 to 6 years old at this point. They are Armani Exchange, and I got them through the Target like lens eye glasses section, like getting an eye exam through Target. So I've had them for years. The coating has like worn off terribly. I need new glasses, but that's where they're from. I still like them. I still think they're like fashionable, despite being like 6 years old. But anyway, maybe like 5 years old. So that's kind of why I fell out of love with makeup for a while. But now I'm on TikTok a lot, and TikTok kind of feels like what early YouTube used to feel like, where it's a lot of people being like, look at this thing I found at the drugstore. Look at this, like, eye look I just did. And it kind of was really nostalgic for me to have makeup be that simple again, if that makes any sense. And plus, this month, maybe it's because it was the first month I was paying attention, but I felt like makeup releases were really good this month. And by this month, I mean now October. Like, all of the fall releases, especially from a lot of indie brands, but also like the big brands, I've spent a lot of money this month that I probably didn't need to spend, but everything was so impressive to me. So I don't know. I don't know if it's because I unpacked all of my makeup and I got to like touch it and see it and be with it again, because I really cannot stress enough how separated I was from my own makeup collection for like 10 months. And so it's probably a combination of like, I have my own makeup back, I'm buying more makeup, and I'm on makeup TikTok. That now I'm kind of like, okay, welcome back. But also, I feel like makeup is starting to get fun again. We're like starting to move away from that clean girl aesthetic crap. Like, I know a lot of people say like that, but it kind of seems like fun makeup and doing makeup for the sake of doing makeup is starting to come back again because everything's a cycle. I don't know. Too long, didn't read, blah, blah, blah. That's my life story. I know earlier in the chat, Remy, I don't even know what the name is, Remy. Oh. Remy is very upset because the screensaver came on my TV. Because I was watching Lauren May Beauty do a makeup declutter from like a year ago. Just as background noise, and then it paused. And then the screensaver came on and Remy wanted to fight it. Now he's right next to me, but my whole little space is really a nightmare, so I'm not going to move the camera. Anyway, everyone earlier was talking about Remy. He's fine. He's just a little guy. Plants. I still have plants literally everywhere. Like right next to me. Like my mom just gave me this plant. I went over to my parents' house. My mom's like, I made you a plant. I have my window situation is so much more different now. I used to have I miss it every day. I miss that apartment every single day of my life. I had basically like floor to ceiling huge French style windows that let in so much sunlight it was ridiculous. So I could have any plant I ever even thought about in that house. Now my lighting's really different. I have normal sized windows. But I still have a lot of plants. I just, one, lost a bunch of plants in the move, which was traumatic, and I cried. But two, I've basically been worrying more about having like low maintenance plants that I can put quite literally in the windows and just forget about, like things that aren't going to die if they don't get distilled. Because I had plants that like had to have distilled water. That's a process. Now all of my plants are pretty like low maintenance. I could just put them in a window and they live. My kitchen has a lot of plants. There's a bunch of windows here. They all have plants in them. And my big plants are actually like right next to me because my office isn't done yet. Remy, don't just cry for attention. I can't right now. I'm sorry. I knew this was going to happen. I knew he was going to be very upset that I was talking to you guys and not to him. So all of my big plants, like, I literally have a monstera, like a huge monstera right next to me. They're not in their final places. They're where Remy's bed should be, which is why he's kind of mad at me right now. Lacey, we moved in our spirit's sword. I missed you so much. I'm so happy all of the like people I love the most are here. Oh my god, I'm literally gonna cry. Remy, I'm talking to my friends right now. I'm so sorry. He's so upset with me. Can you come here and I'll pet you? So I got a dog for anxiety and now my anxiety. My dog has more anxiety than me. Remy, you're making me so sad on camera. Oh, and I can't stop touching my hair. I don't know if that's a thing where you have hair again, but you can't stop touching it. I know everyone. I don't know if you can hear him. He wants my attention so badly. He's been here all day. He could have had my attention all day. It's only because I'm giving you guys attention. Audra says, by the way, I'm loving the hair. You've always been gorgeous, but this is next level. Remy! Remy, I can't end the stream. You're a little baby. You're so cute, though. I love you. I know. I can't stop touching my hair now that I have hair. So if you know me in person and I'm constantly like doing this, I know I'm annoying. I know. It's just, I can't help it. It's so, and my hair's like really healthy because it's, I almost said because it's straight from my head. It's really healthy because this is my natural hair color. I don't use heat on it. I don't like do anything crazy. I don't wash it every single day because that's been a process to figure out like how often you're supposed to wash your hair. So my hair is like very healthy right now. So I'm always like touching it. Plus I like it to be really big, like to quote Hannah Louise Poston, I kind of want to look like I fell down the stairs, like, and then got back up. Like that's kind of been what I've been doing. So I'm always touching it. I don't know how to help you. Can you guys hear that? Remy! I just have to keep talking. I'm gonna have to end the stream, and I don't want to end the stream just yet. Can you please come here? I don't want everyone on stream to see my pants. Because I only look good from the top up. I get to talk to other people that aren't you. I'm sorry. All day he wants nothing to do with me. It's only because I'm doing this. Anyway, people asked about plans. Let me scroll up and see what everybody else is asking about. Because I said if I come back to YouTube, I don't know what my channel is going to be anymore. Let's see. Plans, food, Remy, updates. I've been cooking a lot. I cook pretty much every night. He's so disgruntled. He is. He's so mad. He's bullying me. I cook a lot. I post a lot of it on my Twitter. My food's so good. Thank you. It's fine. We love his input. I think. Come here. Come here. Are you so upset? 5 channels now. You should do what you want. I'm trying to, like, what have I been really into? I've been really into video games. I was into video games even before. Now I have to pet his butt or he will not leave me alone. That was it. He's good now. I've been really into video games. I don't know if anyone cares to watch me play video games. I don't watch a lot of streamers personally. What I do watch is like people who stream and then cut it and put it on YouTube after the fact. I watch that a lot. Very rarely I'll hop in like one of my friends' streams. All of that, and Remy just wanted to get his butt papped for 5 seconds. Now he's gone. Anyway. So I play a lot of video games. I'm always like, maybe I should just make a second thing. I could do some cooking stuff. I really don't think anything I cook is that revolutionary. Like half the time, me cooking is Googling like the thing I want to make and then just judging it based on what I have. And plus my kitchen's really small. I don't know. I don't think anything I cook is like worth documenting besides like, look at this pretty bowl of thing that I made. I don't know. But now that I'm back into makeup, but then going back to everything I said earlier, is there still a place for me to talk about makeup? Is that still a thing anymore? I don't know. What I do know is I think I want to rebrand. I don't know if I want to be Spooky Lips and Fat Hips anymore. I don't know. But at the same time, it's like it would be so hard for me to let that go. I don't know. I talk about this with Matt a lot. I don't know, like, if I should change my YouTube name. I thought I was almost going to change my Instagram name, like, last week. And then I kind of was like, no, I can't do it. Spooky Lacy is what I use on everything else. It's my Twitter. It's like my Steam. It's everything. I use my Discord. I use Spooky Lacy for pretty much everything else. So I don't know if I just want to, like, switch it to Spooky Lacy, because then I don't want to pigeonhole myself and have people think that I'm just, like, I don't know, a spooky channel, even though I kind of always have been, because the spooky part has always been commentary on, like, my aesthetic and my point of view when it comes to, like, makeup, fashion, life, whatever. Everyone is branding. Rebranding you can if you want. They still push you on the site in any and all the ways that you want to be. I miss your makeup reviews. I remember the stories you post. You're still an indie makeup queen. Thank you. I have bought so much makeup this month. I'm not even kidding. I know someone earlier, I think, asked. It might have been Gabby, asked, like, what makeup I bought this month. I bought all 3 of the stupid Glam Light Halloween collections. I only have this one. The rest are taking, like, weeks to ship. Even though I know anyone who follows me on Instagram knows I talked shit about the Scream collab. Scream is my favorite. Ghostface, I should say, because their collab was just Ghostface. Scream is like one of my favorite horror franchises. Don't even get me started on Men in Masks. If you're on TikTok, you might know what I'm talking about. So, like, that's like a thing I love. But when I saw the palette, I didn't know how. I was kind of disappointed because it looked very, like, blah and washed out and not really what I was hoping for. But then I saw Teresa's review. Teresa can sell me anything. Teresa could sell me timeshares in the North Pole. Which is funny, too, because I feel like we do have really different tastes when it comes to a lot of things. Like, I was just watching Teresa's review of the Huda Grunge palette, and Teresa being like, I'm basic, I don't really like textured shadows, blah, blah. I'm so the opposite of that. I love textured shadows, blah, blah, blah. So, like, we do have radically different tastes sometimes. But, I don't know, I saw Teresa's looks, and I was like, fine, fuck it, I'm buying the whole thing. I got the new Lunar Beauty palette. Is it somebody? Hold on. This is what's on my eyes today. There's this terrible lighting. Wonder if I could, like, MacGyver some good lights. Like, I have a lot of the colors of this palette on my eyes, too, and you can't even see it. But this new, that looks so washed on my camera, this new Lunar Beauty palette, what's it called? Siren Sunset? I saw it at first, and I was like, I don't know. But then I watched Manny's video where he was talking about, like, all the special shadows that are in this, and it felt reminiscent of the spell book. What was it called? The one that was like a spell book. Not the second one, but the first one. That was really good. And I was like, oh, fine, I might as well get it. And now I love this thing. I never want to stop using it. It's so good. Oh. What else did I buy this month? I placed a huge Sephora order, like, the last day of the sale. Like, couldn't have cut it any closer. And I really went from, like, barely buying any makeup this whole year to, like, going a little too hard this month, and, like, Matt hasn't been thrilled. But I got, let's see, I got the new Huda Pretty Grunge palette. I haven't bought a big Huda holiday palette since the Mercury Retrograde palette, because every year since Mercury Retrograde, she adds, like, a goo shade for some reason. And every single palette, and I'm always like, I don't want the goo shade. I'm not buying a whole palette and wasting one eyeshadow, blah, blah, blah. I'm saying blah, blah, blah because I'm nervous. Sorry, guys. But this year, the Grunge palette looked so good, and I kept seeing such incredible looks with it that I kind of was like, I could get over one goo shade for the rest of this palette. So that is not here yet. I don't even think that order shipped yet. I literally ordered it the very last day of the sale. I also got the new Anastasia Beverly Hills Glow Seeker highlighter, the one that's supposed to be an exact dupe for Amrezy, as if I don't still have Amrezy, but I wanted it. See, this is how I know I'm still meant to be doing this, because in my head I'm like, well, if I go back to YouTube, it'll be really nice to have a dupe and, like, be able to compare and blah, blah, blah. I'm just making excuses. So I bought that. I bought the new Tower 28 Beach Please cheek and lip color, the one that's like a bright Barbie pink, because I meant to buy it when it first came out during the Barbie hype of the summer, and then I just never got around to it, and I had 15% off for Sephora, because I'm not a Rouge anymore, but I'm still a VIP. But I think if I placed like one more order this year, I'd probably be Rouge again, but that's neither here nor there. I lost my like super awesome shopper status for like every major thing, for Sephora, for Ulta, all of it. I lost all of the perks to all of it because I just didn't buy makeup for like 2 years. So anyway, so I still got the 15% though. So I still bought enough makeup that I had 15 and not 20%. And I wasn't going to, but then at the last second I did, because I happened to get the notification that it was on the website. The new Melt Cosmetics X Nightmare Before Christmas, the Christmas Town and the Halloween Town palettes, and the one highlighter, the True Love Never Dies Digital Desk highlighter. That was expensive. Those three things alone were so goddamn expensive. But I was like, well, if I was gonna buy them, I'd be 15% off, blah blah blah. And I was like, okay, I'm not gonna buy anything else. And then I just literally placed a ColourPop order last night. Because again, I kept seeing really awesome, I'm looking at my phone by the way to recall all of these things. I kept seeing, and you're all gonna be like, what is wrong with you? I kept seeing the most gorgeous, amazing, frosty looks with the Cloud9 palette. And then I saw the Troublemaker palette was back in stock, because every time I tried to buy Troublemaker, like for the last year from ColourPop, it was always out of stock. So I got both those palettes. Used makeup just for fun. Amanda's code Amanda, like I always do for ColourPop, because she is my ColourPop queen. Spent $30 last night on 2 palettes. I really have no chill. I bought all of the Glam Light palettes for the fall. So I bought the Ghostface one. That one's here. The Friday the 13th and I almost said Night Before Christmas. Nightmare on Elm Street ones are still in the void. I think Friday the 13th just shipped. Nightmare on Elm Street didn't. I don't know what is going on with those releases with Glamlight. They all are taking like a whole month to process, and not to be a bitch that's like, where's my order? But I feel like they had known that they were going to release those collections clearly, because they teased them. That also, moment to rant. The 3 broken Halloween releases for the whole month was just weird. Personally, for me, I would have liked to have just bought all of those things all at once, whatever. Not my circus, not my monkeys. It's not my monkeys, not my circus, rather. But anyway. So not my problem. But there is part of me that's like, why did they split them up like that? I don't know. What else did I get? Oh, I got 3 of the e.l.f. lip oils that everyone on TikTok especially was losing their goddamn mind about. The Dior dupes, the Glow Revival. I fucking love these. I'm wearing one of these today. I'm wearing, if anyone cares, I'm wearing a black ColourPop lipstick that I just like lightly dabbed, like not even a full swipe, like literally just like the hintiest of hint of like black smear. And then I can't even read it, Honey Talks over it, because I wanted my lips to look dead. That's what I have on my lips, if anyone cares. Oh, I also got Blend Bunny. I got their pastel palette after being like, I don't know if I like how it's organized, and I bought it anyway, and I got the black lip oil, because of course I got the black lip oil. Of course I did. How was I not going to buy the black lip oil? So, I think that's probably about everything I got this month. Let me look. It's all kind of like next to me, because I did my makeup really fast, then threw it on the ground next to me. And like various Revlon lipsticks that every time I go to the store, I like get a new Revlon lipstick. Oh, everyone's still coming in. Everyone's so nice. Hello, everybody. It's funny, your lighting is just giving really old school YouTube. That it is. Oh, back had to do. Sounded it for Twitch. Everyone is so nice. Let's see. Yes, there's still a place. I miss your channel so much. I loved your chatty videos kind of with makeup. I just watched Robert Walsh's review on the Lunar Beauty palette. It's always ace when it comes to packaging. I agree. Community misses articulate commentary. That's the other thing. And it's funny because I was just talking with Abby about this. Abby had tweeted something like people are still making drama videos about the same 4 people. Part of me feels like life is so incredibly serious right now that why the fuck would I ever come on here and give 2 shits about what like a makeup brand is doing? But I say that, and I'm also like following what brands, for instance, not to get too heavy on stream, but like I'm noticing like what brands are doing what and responding which way to like what's happening in Gaza right now and stuff like that. So I am still like in that mindset of keeping an eye on all of it, but I also just feel like I don't know if I would ever get back on camera and do makeup commentary the way that I used to, where I'm like maybe talking about anti-hauls and blah, blah, blah. I don't know. I really don't. I don't know. I feel like, I don't know. I also think, and a huge problem with this is how, not so much even how YouTube itself responds, but of course when we talk about subjects like that, when we talk about boycotting, when we talk about ethics, when we talk about anything like that, and especially like all of the isms, all of that stuff, you obviously are going to be divisive with who watches your video, who has what to say. But when you do that kind of commentary, it's almost like you can never win and you're always in a negative place because of it. And people are always expecting you to comment on everything. Like, I have friends that don't, like, some of my friends don't even make commentary makeup videos anymore, but they'll still get tagged in things being like, are you going to talk about this? Are you going to talk about this? It's like everyone wants you to be the attack dog for everything. And I don't know if my mental health could handle that anymore. Like, point blank, I don't know if I could handle the like emotional maturity it takes to come on camera and present a polarizing opinion and have the patience to hold people's hands through that same topic, because the point of getting on camera to talk about those things to begin with would be to not only explain your point of view, but to teach other people, maybe persuade other people about why their actions should a lot blah 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 blah. I don't know if I have it in me to handhold the way that I think I've done a lot in the past, because everyone expects you to comment on everything, and it also then becomes a place of, well, you can never win, because if you're going to talk about X, why didn't you talk about Y? You're talking about X, but you participate in Z, so why are you talking about X? And it's a lot, and I don't think people on the internet are mature in any way, shape, or form, and I think it's only gotten worse since the pandemic. Like, again, I keep referencing TikTok. It's because I'm on TikTok every second of every day. There was a viral thing that happened on TikTok, a bean soup recipe. This girl did a video making a bean soup, and it was supposed to be a bean soup for when you get your period. There's a lot of iron in it, and it has all of these beans. Not the bean soup. And people were literally, genuinely, with their whole chest, going into the comments of that video and asking, what do I do if I don't like beans? Clearly, you don't fucking make the bean soup then with 20 different kinds of beans in it if you don't like the beans. But that sums up what the internet is. Like, there couldn't have been a better example of what the internet is in this point in time, and I genuinely, with my whole heart, feel like it got worse since the pandemic. That everybody wants their hand held, everybody wants their personal opinion catered to them, nobody has nuance, nobody goes into anything with good faith. I could say, I really like pancakes, and everyone would go, well, fuck you, why are you mad at waffle? Like, nobody ever goes into anything with good faith in a lighthearted video. It could be a video about my favorite types of peanut butter, because we're talking about, because Floyd's is talking about peanut butter cups. I could be going like top 10 of my favorite Halloween candies, and somebody will go into that video with the most bad faith possible. And that was a huge factor of why I was like, I don't think I'm cut out for YouTube. And especially at the point where I stopped posting. I don't have it in me to handhold people through simple conversations, let alone heavy conversations. Because nobody seems to like think that if it's not for you, you could just click out. Like, that doesn't seem to occur to anybody ever, because everyone has this like serious what about meism right now. And as somebody, not to be like blah blah blah, my college degrees, I know I'm so guilty of doing that all the time. As someone who like studied people for as long as I did, for the years that I did, I don't know what is causing that. Maybe if I was in school still, I would be learning about this. I'm sure there's research going into this. I should take the time to like figure out why what about meism seems to be so bad right now. And I can only hypothesize. I can only think it's maybe because we were so isolated for so many years at the start of the pandemic, and we were so afraid that we're like a combination of like fear, not having trust in the media, not having trust in like literally like scientists, like losing trust and faith in media, not having each other. I just feel like everyone is getting such bad what about meism and lacking common sense really badly. And I know if and when I come back to YouTube, I really need to like put my foot down about that and not engage with people in the comments, even if it's coming from a place of pure innocence. For my own mental health, I have to like not engage in it, because I don't know how to anyone who's in my chat now who's actively doing YouTube, please tell me how you managed to do it. It's so dumb, totally agree. Like, if you aren't interested in the video, don't watch it. I've noticed it even at work, the amount of people who ask me questions about things they could just Google or search on their own project management, like you're in your 40s, making 6 figures, just look it up. Exactly. That too, the like, just look it up effect. And that happened even normally. Back in the day, I could be like, I'm going to talk about this highlighter, and this is my opinion on this highlighter, and those are my thoughts. I'm Lacey, spookylipsandfathips. And people would leave comments like, do you know if they ship to Europe? Like, bestie, please. I don't work for them. I am one bitch on the internet giving my little stupid opinion. I don't know. I don't know. That's where I am. I don't even know how I got on this subject. Because we're talking about if I would ever do commentary again. And I think I would. Like, I can see myself doing Will I Buy It and anti-hauls. I think that too. The tide on anti-hauls changed so badly around the time where I was leaving YouTube, where it used to be people were foaming at the mouth for anti-hauls. We had so much makeup that everybody was so desperate to be told not what to buy. Not what to buy, what not to buy. Because there was so much makeup, and like I said, half an hour, 50 minutes ago, it's all good now. So, oh my god, what do I do when all the makeup's good and it all looks tempting and blah, blah, blah. We were foaming at the mouth for anti-hauls, and then the tide changed so badly, where if you said anything bad about any product, any brand, anything, people act like it was the most personal attack you could have ever made on them. I don't know if that still exists, because I stopped engaging with a lot of that content. Because now I'm personally in the mindset of like, it doesn't need to be a whole production of what I'm not going to buy. There's most things I'm not going to buy, so whatever. So I don't know. I should talk to Abby about it, because Abby's still doing anti-hauls. Excuse me as I burp up water. Well, it's not a stream if I don't burp on you all. The influencing trend just turned into people recommending this to that. That too. Anti-haul on TikTok became de-influencing. That was, I don't really think it still is, but for a hot second, that was a big deal. And it turned into don't buy this at all to buy this instead. And that's not really in the same flavor as what I'm trying to do. So I don't know. So I feel like as I flip my hair, I'm still I'm still navigating, like, I'm newly back into the makeup sphere, navigating like what is important to talk about. If I have an opinion that matters in this space, if I care enough to talk about things in this space, I don't know. So it's all up in the air. I know at the very least, I don't like how I ever did my thumbnails. I never liked them when I did them. I don't like them now. I want to drastically change how to do. I don't even know how to make a good thumbnail. I think I should probably take what is it when there's that website where you can take a bunch of courses for like a monthly subscription. I feel like all of my friends have been sponsored by them at some point. Skillshare, thank you. I feel like I should take a Skillshare class on how to make better thumbnails because I've never liked my thumbnails. So now it's like I know I wouldn't use that like ooky spooky font that I was using at like minimum. I know I would probably want to change around my channel art because I'm not bald anymore. And I haven't worn my hat since I've grown out my hair. So it's like one time before I gave up altogether, I vividly remember somebody commenting on a video that they were gonna report me to YouTube for fraud because I no longer wore spooky lips in my videos. I swear on my keyboard that happened. So I don't want to be misrepresenting. Oh. I don't want to be misrepresenting myself and my channel. So I'm kind of like, who's that kind of time? I don't know. Somebody. I don't want to misrepresent myself. I should probably get new channel art. I don't like my font anymore. I think I kind of want to change my YouTube name. I don't know to what. I don't know if I want to like do Lacey middle name. Like that, everybody does that crap. And I don't have like a fun way to say like makeup space, like how Amanda's makeup just for fun. Amanda or Annette does makeup corner. Like I don't have like a way to say like beauty space. Like I don't know. I have to think about it. All things up in the air. Dude, what is wrong with people? I don't know. This is what I'm saying. If and when, leaning more towards when, I like really give it the old college try and set my lights back up and my camera up and like go to edit a video, I have to go about this. I have to like learn from scratch again. I have to try things until I find something that sticks. And I have to limit how often I look at my comments and really be strict about what I engage with. Lacey's makeup alcove, I really like that because I've been in an alcove twice now. Me, I like that. I don't know. It's all up in the air. Or like, do I come up with like a fake last name? Like when I was a scene kid and that's what you did. You became like Lacey Lobotomy. Like that would be a very scene name. It'd be like X Lacey Lobotomy X. Like that's like I don't know. It's all up in the air. I think if when I come back to YouTube, it needs to be a lot more lighthearted. I don't know if I could come in guns a-blazing. Like my first ever video on this channel, which I'm probably going to private or at least unlist, was me being like, fuck Two-Face, I don't want to shop from them ever again. I don't have that energy anymore because if like there's so much makeup to not give a shit about anymore that I don't feel the need to like dedicate energy to, if that makes any sense. I don't know. But the other part of me is like I'm very nostalgic for what was. Like I have, if you can see, there's like big plastic drawers right here. All of my palettes fit into 3 of them. And I know it's a lot. And when I was done unpacking all of my makeup, Matt found another box that was literally a gigantic box full of palettes, and he literally was like, your subscribers are right, you really do have palettes coming out of like everywhere, which was really funny. But I'm so nostalgic for like old stuff, not even like I have a whole drawer of just the most insane makeup releases that I can't believe happened. Like, the one that I always reference all the time is that Too Faced Kat Von D Better Together collection that was magnetic. Stuff like that. Like, just the most bananas. Like, why did this exist? The pizza palette, like, all of that stuff. And part of me is, like, really nostalgic to be like, remember this release? But I don't know if anyone cares about stuff like that. I don't know. I guess I'm just, like, ranting at you guys, and I have to figure it out as I go. I don't know. Lazy Gherkin. So the reason why Matt is called Matt Gherkin is because when Matt and I first started dating, now almost 14 years ago, he would come over my house, my parents' house, and eat everything. And one of the things he would eat all of is, like, the pickles. He would eat all of the pickles in my parents' house. And it got to a point where for, like, Christmas, my parents were buying him giant, ridiculous-sized jars of pickles. So that's where that comes from. And to this day, Matt still is a pickle fiend, and anything pickled, peppers, like anything. So it sticks. It's a very good nickname. Even though we spell it wrong, Gherkin has an H in it. But I think, like, with content, going back to what I was just saying, the, like, then and now content, maybe that's better short form. Maybe that's better on TikTok. Like, I know Dupe That does that a lot. Dupe That will be like, do you remember this Mac release from 6 years ago? Let's watch it together. I don't know. Who is to say? I know, like, I should be talking with Nisa because she's the TikTok queen. I don't know. I don't even really know how to make a TikTok. I just consume them all day long, every second of every day. Oh my god, Dupe That still exists. I guess so. That is a lot for 9:30 at night. Dupe That still exists. They should have a code for everything. Whenever, like, one of my friends doesn't have a code for some place, almost always I can throw in Dupe That and they have a code. I feel like my lips are gross. 1 second. They're fine. I'm talking a lot. I'm not used to it. Normally I'm in my house alone playing, like, Skyrim. Someone earlier asked me what games I play. I play mostly RPGs. Like, I spent all day today before this updating all of my Fallout 4 mods because I like RPGs. I like the Bethesda RPGs. I've been really big on, like, Baldur's Gate 3 lately, and I mod the shit out of all of them. I'm really so super into modding video games that I've literally taught myself how to, like, get my little phalanges and the codes of all of these games and, like, change things. Had I known that I was into this stuff, I probably would have done college a lot differently, but that's neither here nor there. I would have probably done maybe something computer related in college, but anyway. Who am I romancing in Baldur's Gate? What are your thoughts on Astarion Thirst TikTok? I'm definitely an Astarion girly. Like, duh. He was the very first person I romanced. I made like 1 million characters, but the character I got the farthest with, I have a bard that I got all the way through, like, almost the end of Act 3. Like, I literally have, like, 3 things to do and I'm done with the game. That character, my bard, is romancing Astarion and is also romancing Hausen. Hausen? Yeah. I don't know if it's Hausen or Hausen. Of course, because I had to go for a poly option. It's me. So I've been living my best life there. But then I have another character who is a Gale girly, and I so deeply love Gale. I was, like, so, like, I'm gonna miss Astarion going with Gale. But Gale is the sweetest ever, and I love him dearly. And I also kind of want to do a Karlach run. And it's funny because I'm playing a Baldur's Gate 3 campaign with my brother right now, and my brother romanced Karlach, and I joked with him that I was going to steal Karlach this time around from him. But I think I might actually do that because I genuinely love her. She does a little dancey dance. If you don't play video games and you don't know what I'm talking about, Google Baldur's Gate 3. But so that's my life story. Playing video games. That I've been playing a lot of Skyrim, a lot of Stardew Valley. I've been playing. There's an indie game that I was obsessed with earlier in the year called Dave the Diver. I ended up buying it for my brother. I don't think he played it yet. It is one of the coziest. It is probably one of the best cozy games I've ever played in my life. I don't know why more people aren't freaking the hell out about Dave the Diver. It is so good. Just when you think they can't add anything else to the game, like, it's farming, it's time management, it's cozy fishing, it's collecting, it's combat. Like, just when you think they can't add another element to this game, they add another element. It's so good. I hope there's an expansion. I love Dave the Diver so much. If you're looking for a cozy game, and I think it's coming to Switch, Dave the Diver. I can't say it enough. I also played a lot of Cult of the Lamb earlier this year. Let's see. Let's open my Steam. What was I playing this year? I played a lot of Resident Evil 4 Remake. I bought the Dead Space Remake. Haven't played it yet. Oh, as I speak, there's a Dave the Diver update. I watched Windigoon talk about Faith, the indie game. I should play that soon. I bought the original Roller Coaster Tycoon. I played that for a while, and then I might have acquired a sketchy copy of Zoo Tycoon, the originals. I've been playing that. So a lot of cozy stuff, a lot of RPGs, a little bit of horror stuff. I'm kind of in the mood for horror again now. I really want to play Phasmophobia again. Diver 1's Roller Coaster Tycoon. I've been watching Dave the Diver. Oh, there we go. I've been watching Dave the Diver 1 Roller Coaster Tycoon. Yeah. Just stuff like that. Oh my god, Betty Jean's here. Hi. So I'm playing a lot of games. This goes back to, like, what do I do now? Maybe I should make a side gaming channel / Twitch. I don't know. I have friends that are, like, really big on Twitch. Like, one of my friends, Cheer Girl, if you've ever on TikTok or Twitter or anything seen this, like, infamous clip of a girl roasting, like, people on Call of Duty, where I think somebody said to her, like, get back in the kitchen or something like that, like some stupid Call of Duty bullshit. And she responded with, I'm going to fuck your dad and give him a son he actually wants or actually loves or something like that. I know this person, so I could talk to them about Twitch. I don't know. I think about it a lot, but I also know, like, what my friends who are female and femme presenting go through on Twitch, so I don't know. I also think it'd probably be like 4 people watching me, and that's fine. Who's to say? So that's up in the air. I think I'm leaning towards that. I think I'm leaning towards, like, a second gaming channel / Twitch and keeping this beauty / lifestyle. I don't know. Maybe once I have more disposable income, I could get into, like, fashion stuff. I don't know. I'm open to hearing what people are, like, interested in subscribing for. I don't know. I know what I watch a lot of, besides, like, spooky things and video game related things. I feel like my blueprint would be someone like Hannah Louise Poston, who has such a clear, specific point of view and does beauty things from that point of view, but also does fashion things from that point of view, also does lifestyle things from that point of view. I feel like that would be a comfortable place for me to land. I don't know what my point of view is, though. So, I don't know. I've been watching Cats and Waxing Candles. I watch a lot of video essays. I wish I could be a video essay kind of bitch. Like, hold on. Like, I wish so badly I could, like, research a topic and do this crazy, well-edited, beautiful video essay. I don't think I'm that person. Maybe. I don't know. I've never tried, so who's to say? Maybe one day. What is a video essay? It's basically, like, just a long-form word, like, speaking essay commentary, a long-form commentary on a subject. The same way that essay would be a long-form paper written about a subject. You're taking a subject and you're just speaking about it for a long time. And I've watched ones about movies. I'm not even really a film person, but I love to watch ones on movies. I love ones on video games. I don't know. What would I even do? I don't know. Like, what is necessary for me to comment on? I don't know. I watch a lot of that. I watch a lot of people playing my video games, and, like, I watch videos about mods for my video games. on my TikTok, I'm like, it's like, my TikTok is like cute dogs, cooking videos, and like Call of Duty thirst traps. If you know, you know. So just try stuff. You never know what you can do unless you do it. I don't know. I think I need to stutter. I think I need to start writing down ideas and just trying. And you know, whatever happens, happens. Whatever sticks. What's the expression? Throw it all at the wall and see what sticks. Like, I feel like that's what I would have to. I did get sucked into anti-Scientology channels too, but yeah, that I could go down all those rabbit holes. Well, I've mentioned Windigan before. He just released like a 3-hour video on Ted Kaczynski. I don't have monetization anymore, is also the side note, so I don't even have to be careful what I say right now. I lost my monetization a year ago because it had been a year since I posted. So in order to be monetized again, I would have to meet the criteria again, which is fine. It's not like I didn't deserve to maintain my monetization. I wasn't posting. So that it almost is more freeing knowing that I don't have it right now, that I can't fuck up making money on YouTube. It's kind of freeing in a way. So that is like a nice aspect. But the one thing, my lips feel goopy. Did you all miss me? That's better. The one thing, I forgot what I was going to say now. Oh, the one thing I can't do if I come back, if/when, leaning towards when, I cannot. I could shake myself and you guys. I cannot ever let myself get into the habit of comparing my channel to anyone else's channel. That was that was the thing that stopped me from being successful. That was the thing that stopped me from giving YouTube my all at any given point. That was my biggest enemy, was myself, comparing myself to other people, and especially my friends on this platform. That destroyed my mental health, destroyed any chance of me. I like never allowed myself to try. That's, and you know, so many years removed, so much better health, better mental health now. But especially, like, I started YouTube around the same time as a lot of my friends, and then seeing pretty much all of them surpass me and then lap me multiple times really destroyed my mental health. And it's like, it doesn't even matter how happy I was for my friends, because I still am my biggest, like, I'm all of my friends on YouTube's biggest fan. I still, like, I don't get PR anymore. I still buy everything they ever do. Like, anytime any friend has a collab or anything, I put money aside to buy it. I'm their biggest hype person. Like, it doesn't, but it's so evil, because it's like, it didn't matter how happy I was for everybody. I still had that horrible, like, what's wrong with you? Like, mentality about so many things, so many opportunities, so many milestones. Like, nothing I did was ever good enough. Always comparing myself of like, why is this person doing so much better than me? And it really, like, it's so stupid now, because I don't feel that way at all anymore. But at the time, just feeling like, oh my god, I'm such a loser, nothing I do will ever be good enough, my content's not good enough, I don't have good enough ideas, I'm not pretty enough, my equipment's not good enough, my editing's not good enough, of course I'll never get past X amount of subscribers. And it sucks, because I don't feel like I appreciated what I had. Like, I did, but man, I don't know. I could get all nostalgic about this and all like, woe is me about this, but it really, you are your own worst enemy sometimes. It really just is. That's the case sometimes, is that nobody is more critical of you than you. Nobody is putting more pressure on yourself than you. Nobody was like comparing me to anybody else but myself. nobody was putting that pressure on me but myself. And it just sucks. And it like took too long for me to not give a shit anymore. But now it's like dangerous territory because it's like, did I just stop giving a shit because I stopped posting altogether? Are all those feelings going to come back once it, here's crazy, once I start posting again? Who's to say? I really hope not. I really hope with all of my heart that if/when I come back to YouTube, I just can be. I can just be on this platform. I can just do what I want to do. I can just be in my own lane. I can just not try to be anything other than myself and not let it get to me. Easier said than done. We shall see. I'm in a totally different place in my life now. I'm 31 now. When did I start YouTube? I started YouTube right before I got back from my second degree. I still feel like I was very immature, probably in most aspects of my life. Like, so much crazy shit has happened since then. So, I want to hope that I'm like more mature of a person. I don't know. Such is life. I feel like I give way less of a shit. If that's any consolation. Still can't say that phrase right. If it means anything to anyone, I feel like personally in my life I give way less of a shit about almost everything. I feel like a dramatically different person in a lot of aspects. Who's to say? I totally feel that way with work sometimes. Yeah, just like imposter syndrome, I guess, is the best way to phrase it. Like, really, I think I talked about this the very last time I went live. I expected myself to fail, so I'd never let myself try. And that sucks. And I had so many people in my life being like, what you're doing is so great. You have such a good thing going. And I really just like couldn't ever see it that way, which is stupid and it sucks. And now hindsight's 2020, blah, blah, blah. Now looking back on it all, I'm just like, man, you didn't even let yourself try. Like, you never let yourself try me. So, I don't know. We'll see if I let myself try now. I've been doing this for over an hour. I should probably wrap this up soon and actually cook dinner. It's almost 10 o'clock at night, and I have to cook dinner still because I was so anxious to do this that I didn't. I also have been looking off to the corner this whole video, I just noticed, because I'm looking at the chat for comfort instead of looking at the camera. I was so nervous to do this that I literally haven't eaten food today, which is not good. Don't be like me. But I had a cup of coffee, made sure that Remy ate, made sure I took Remy out, and then got myself a glass of water. That's what I've had today. I had a coffee and a water. I want to make chili for dinner because I really want tacos, white people tacos. Because I got the corn tortillas from Trader Joe's, and those are my favorite. And I want to make tacos. That's where I am right now. Oh, I have corn too. As I burp on you, I have corn I should make. Tacos and corn. That's where I'm at right now. So yeah, it's like 10 o'clock almost. So I think I'm going to wrap this up. I don't know if anyone has any like other life for important life questions, pressing matters, things you want me to talk about. Kind of just vibing. Thank you guys all for listening to me for like an hour as I word vomited onto you all. Like I always do when I go live, some things don't change. Refrigerated tortillas are an obsession of mine. I like when you layer two corn tortillas together. That's the best. But anyway. I should go make really late night chili, stink up my apartment building. But thank you all for hanging out with me. I really appreciate it. I think I'll probably just keep this on my channel. So if you came in late or you are watching this after the fact, cool. So yeah, I'm glad you all were here. There's a big red end screen button. I'm really bad at wrapping these things up. You're all lovely. How are you after long COVID? Oh man, I am so much better than I was. The long COVID thing, if anyone has been keeping score of my life story, I had really severe COVID, like peak pandemic, before vaccines were really happening. I got it. I got working in a hospital during COVID. I never in my life ever wanted to do anything medical, never went to school to do anything medical, ended up working in a hospital getting COVID during COVID. Couldn't have worked out weirder in that sense. And I got it like the week I was supposed to get vaccinated because I was one of the first like waves of vaccinated people in the medical field. You know how it was like all medical people getting it first? Like first responders, medical people, blah, blah. I wasn't like the very first wave of people. I was like the second. Like that's how close I was to patients. I ended up getting COVID like the week I was supposed to get vaccinated. Got severe COVID. Like almost didn't make it COVID. Like I still have PTSD to this day if I get a cough. Almost didn't make it COVID. Gave me long COVID. I had like fractured all the joints in my chest. Had horrible chest pain, had no energy, couldn't do anything without being out of breath, blah, blah, blah. I'm thankfully, knock on wood, knock on fake wood paneling, knock on wood, so much better now. I'm thankfully I don't really get chest pain anymore unless I like have a bad cough again. I can do most things without getting out of breath, but what I'm starting to realize is I think getting such severe COVID gave me POTS. If anyone knows what POTS is, I'm kind of looking into that right now because now I like can't bend over without getting incredibly winded, like just weird things like that. So the whole long COVID thing sucks because science and medicine still knows like almost nothing about it. And it's really hard to like prove you had it, but I'm very lucky in that like I did go to a bunch of doctors and specialists right away because I was fortunate enough to have access to them. So I do have a lot of documentation to prove that like something's different. So now it's just kind of like a nightmare of like I don't even know how I would pursue I don't know, it's a whole thing. Thankfully, like most of the time I'm fine. I still have bad days though. I still have days where it's like I have no energy, I'm gonna pass out in the shower. I can't move very far. Doing minimal things gets me out of breath. But then like most days I'll be fine. It's been a journey. So thank you for asking. Mostly I'm fine. That's like my answer. It's like I do think that there was lingering long-term effects, but for the most part, I feel better. Like I could go walk around for a whole day again. That was something that I had lost up until very recently, where like I couldn't go walk around stores all day. That was one of my favorite things to do with Matt. Was like spend a whole day walking around stores, shopping, walk around Barnes and Noble, doing like a flea market, blah, blah. I like couldn't do that for a very long time, and now I feel like I'm finally past that most of the time. I'm glad I caught the tail end of it. So happy you're better. COVID's horrible. I know what you mean, and mine was not as bad as yours. I'm still not back to where I was before. Yeah, it genuinely took me like almost 2 years, like almost this entire time. It's so wild, and then we're still just like, oh, it's fine. Meanwhile, residents at Matt's house like have COVID as we speak. It's like still prevalent, and nobody seems to care. That's another rant for a different day. Would you consider doing makeup releases bingo? A la Teresa. If they wanted me back, I did like a couple with them. If they were like, hey, we'd be glad to have you do a couple more with us, I would absolutely love to. The thing is, though, editing a makeup bingo episode takes like so long. And I suck at editing. That is another thing I'm coming to terms with, is the fact that I'm not good at editing videos. I don't know how to make the process easier or faster for myself. That is another thing that would be worth me taking like a Skillshare class on how to do, because I'm not a good video editor. I don't have like things that make my life easier, and that is something that takes like a really long time to film, but then so long to edit. And that's probably why I hadn't done more when I was still posting videos, because it is a process. But they're really fun to do, and I love, like, who wouldn't love, unless you don't drink, who wouldn't love getting on camera and drinking and just word vomiting whatever you think? That's incredible. It's an incredible format. Emily and Teresa should be proud that they, like, made that, because it's so fun, and I watch them all the time. So, I mean, I'm not saying no. I would love to. I don't want to also put the pressure of collabing with any of my friends until I feel like I'm comfortable posting regularly again, because I was also very guilty of that, where like people would want to collab with me and I would like move around dates or like flake or like not be able to do it because my mental health was so bad. And I feel like I don't want to like F over anybody until I know that like I'm doing this successfully again. And by successfully I mean like committing to a posting schedule, committing to actually making content, blah blah blah. So I would love to. We'll see where the time takes me, where everything takes me in the future. That was so long-winded. Just be like Trisha Paytas, no edits, just a stream of consciousness. That would be bananas. I'm terrible in this format even now. I'm like, my lipstick's scoopy, I'm out of breath, I'm talking too much, I keep burping, I don't know what I'm saying, I'm not good at speaking English, despite it being the only language I speak. So, I don't know. Who's to say? Any other questions? I think I have everything. Start with one video a month. So, there's like a heart in the way. Every other month. I'm gonna just like, when I have to find my camera. I still haven't found my camera. I don't think Tina the Fancy Face Tina is still in the chat. Tina gets on my case because I'm like, I don't know where my camera is. I really don't. I don't know where it is right now. I found my lights. I found my microphone, one of them. I haven't found my camera yet. I found a battery. I think I found exactly one camera battery. Excuse me. I'm joking. Liz is the only one bothered by that issue. I know. I don't want to produce. I want to make content that I'm proud of. I want to make content that I would want to watch. I've always believed in that. I've always believed in only making videos that I wanted to watch. There have been like things I never posted because I just couldn't get behind it. There have been like there was a collab with like one of my friends that was supposed to go up that we ended up just like axing because I didn't feel comfortable with it. Just stuff like that. I never want to put out content that I'm not proud of or put out videos for the sake of doing videos, because I think that translates when creators are like just putting out content because they have to and they're trying to meet a quota. I don't ever want to do that. So I feel really good though. Like doing this even now, I feel very good. I feel very hopeful. I feel very optimistic and like, oh yeah, I could do this again. I don't feel like weird doing this. I feel comfortable still doing this. So, but yeah, it's now officially 10 o'clock. I'm starving. I love you all. Thank you for hanging out with me. Really appreciate it. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram. I'm still both those places. I know it's technically X now. I'm not getting off Twitter until like it's absolutely Armageddon. I'm still there. But you guys can catch me on any of those. I will. If you guys want me to do another stream, I could maybe like give way more notice. I know I just randomly picked a day in the middle of the week. I could try to give more notice. I don't know. Anything's possible. It's all up in the air. I love you guys so much. I'm going to hit the big red button now. I hope you all have a good night, and I will catch you all later. Thank you for hanging out with me. Bye, everybody.